Welcome to day 3 of NAB 2026 and welcome back to Field to Air, our partner ecosystem here in the Las Vegas Convention Center. If you've been following us over the last couple of days, thank you so much. Genuinely, we have been live streaming to YouTube, sharing conversations about this end-to-end solution with some really great partners. I want to give a shout out to everybody who has been contributing to this incredible workflow. Ross Video, Matrox Video, ClearCom, Cuez, as well as Eutelsat, Dejero, GlobalM, and of course we're going to be talking to a number of partners today, including NDI, so I'm super excited to get this going. Of course, Field to Air is the result of what we hear from our customers. They want to be able to simplify workflows, to be able to bring things live to air wherever they are at any given moment. So when we think about critical connectivity, we're not just thinking about something in the background, but as the infrastructure, as the foundation that makes all of this powerhouse technology come to life. So we're going to be bringing in some guests throughout the show today at 11 and later on this afternoon at 2 p.m. First, we're going to start with a real key player in all of this who has helped to coordinate with all of our 6 partners. And you know, it's really important to notice that, you look at the Las Vegas Convention Center, this is a massive place. And this connectivity chain, if you will, is going across 6 partner booths. Different types of technologies, from field contribution to encoding, to distribution, to decoding, and then of course a rundown. So much going on at once. So I'm going to bring in Dean Taylor. He is a man of many talents, Dean, a man of many talents, and you've been a real key player in helping to make this technology a possibility here in Las Vegas.
Well, I think our partners are the pieces and the ingredients to what we did. We were just the ones that mixed it all up and got it to work. And I think the best part about this is that when you start looking at the partnership component of it, you see that each partner plays a critical role in making this work. I think that our connectivity, Eutelsat's connectivity, the devices that we're using to stream, all of that works in this perfect world, but they have to be put together. And that's what we've done here. And we've shown broadcasters in the area, all here at the NAB, about what the possibilities are. So I think that we've, it's definitely been a team effort, and we're all part of that team. So
let's pull back the curtain a bit on the technology behind all of this. Let's start first with Dejero Titan Command. It's a new form factor for Dejero, 3 independent 5G modems, a GPS, integrated antennas, and of course SBT. Let's talk about the blending, because there's bonding and then there is Dejero smart blending technology. Why is it special?
Yeah, that's a great question. And for broadcasters, you're used to the NGOs with an encoder in it, but you're still getting the same smart blending technology. We've moved to a line of products now, when Evie's mentioning the Titan, just doesn't have an encoder, same concept. So why is that important? What's the difference between bonding and blending? If you think about the way a bonded system works, is you're going to assign traffic to each one of your ports, right? So if you have satellite, you may run certain traffic on there. If you have cellular, you may run traffic on there. But the traffic isn't working cohesively. And if there's a problem with any of those routes, if you're mobile, and let's say a carrier is not as good in one area, you run the risk of that traffic having to redial into your system. So a bond is such that you could lose that. A blend is, in our words, a bigger pipe, right? So we just shoot for that bigger pipe. And all of the kinds of connectivity that we get from Eutelsat or any of those other types of low Earth orbit. We can also use modems in fixed locations, MiFi pucks, Starbucks Wi-Fi.
Yeah, all kinds of pucks.
Yeah. So I'm just saying that all of those can be a contributor to the smart blending technology. So you're just making that pipe bigger and bigger and bigger.
Dean, listen, you are a young man, and in your young life, you've seen many things, okay? And I'm saying that because, like, the kind of knowledge that you bring, but the energy is just like nobody can believe. What is your most favorite thing that you've learned as part of this ecosystem? Because you've done it all. You've done broadcast. You've been in public safety. I mean, you are a leader with so much facets.
Yeah. I mean, I'm learning every day. I think that the thing that I've taken away from this is that generationally, we've heard a lot of people here at the NAB especially talk about what they did 5 years ago.
Yeah.
And then there's people that talk about what they did 15 years ago, and there's people that talk about what they were doing, 20 years ago, 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, what I think my takeaway is that the next generation, the people who are coming into these, are already comfortable with these technologies, especially since, all of these have been around for so long, and they're adapting to it way quicker than we ever did. So.
Well, this is why I was mentioning about experience, because you've seen this evolution of technology. What is the coolest thing that you get to see now as part of this? I mean, really, it's a matter of a button that you're pressing, back in the days when it was analog.
Yeah. I mean, for me, it's how elegantly it is to distribute this to so many different people. So, for instance, I think that we're providing the baseline backhaul, but then there's so many systems that are working to provide that. And, our partner Matrox with the ability to use their encoders and see how easy it is, our partner with GlobalM to see how the distribution is. All of those things are working towards a really very elegant solution.
Dean, you are both a broadcast technology and media production professional leader, and you also have been in public safety as a leader as well. Critical connectivity, doesn't matter where you are. What does it mean to you?
It means that when I plug something in and I need it, it's going to work all the time, not drive 25 feet to find connectivity.
And you, by the way, have driven across many states. I think it's worth a little bit on that.
Yeah, on one of our tests, we did 3 states, 12 hours of continuous driving, looking at all of the way our technology is being utilized, and our new products are just blowing it out. So.
Thank you so much. You've done such an incredible job, Dean. I really appreciate you. I have to say that. And of course, to your team, do you want to give a shout out to them?
Of course. I've got Anderson, I've got Eric, and I've got Ian behind the camera today. So thank you, team. I appreciate you. So.
Thank you so much. And of course, if you want to chat with Dean, he is a wealth of knowledge. You can find Dejero in the West Hall, stand 2761, or here, we're doing demos at 11 and 2 p.m. from the Eutelsat demo vehicle outside Central Hall. Thank you so much, Dean.
Thank you.
Alrighty, so that was just Dean Taylor with Dejero. If you've been watching us, this is Field to Air, our partner ecosystem. It brings together some incredible technology to deliver an end-to-end solution that is flawless, seamless, and of course, works. I'm going to bring in my next guest now, Jim. If you have been walking around the NAB, Jim is a familiar face at the Eutelsat booth. Jim, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So please introduce yourself to the crowd over here on YouTube.
Sure. I'm Jim Caroccia. I'm Commercial Sales North America for Eutelsat.
Jim, you mentioned to me that at one point you started your career doing analog satellite transmissions. Please explain what that meant.
Sure. So the one thing that has been constant in the industry has been change. So when I started in the early 90s, I was actually one of the original uplinkers. I did KU band analog services for sports.
Wow.
Yeah, that goes back, back to the early 90s.
So now, talk to us about the stark change and difference in evolution.
Sure. Well, the profiles of the uplinks have certainly changed. Today, with LEO constellation, particularly OneWeb, we're able to concentrate all of that infrastructure down to a small profile terminal and allow you to get connectivity anywhere around the world.
That's incredible. So obviously, as part of the Field to Air contribution, we've got a LEO constellation that's feeding into the Dejero connectivity box, so you can get the best of all available connections. Let's talk about LEO. It's becoming a real part of many workflows in broadcast and media production.
Right. Exactly. It's just another set of tools that a media company can use in their arsenal to get an objective from out in the field back to their MCR. The beauty behind a LEO constellation is that most networks are thinking regional, like I need this or this set of infrastructure in my country or in my part of the world. But the convenience of what we offer today is you can literally go to the other side of the world and get from that remote location back to your MCR without transversing, going through teleports or other geosatellites.
And it's getting smaller and smaller.
It is. It's getting much smaller. As we progress, technology is getting more efficient and it's getting smaller profiles. So we're very excited.
Of course, we're talking about LEO, but Eutelsat is a global company.
We are.
And it goes beyond LEOs. Talk to us a bit more about that.
Well, I mean, we're a satellite carrier through and through. We have 40 satellites, geostationary satellites that we operate around the world. So we are the media experts for your broadcast needs. Regardless of where you are, we can offer solutions.
If you want to get some more people to come by and drop by the Eutelsat booth, where can they go?
We're in the West Hall, all the way at the end.
Amazing. And of course, one thing that you're really excited about at this NAB that you've kind of been like, maybe I haven't thought about that, or something that surprised you.
It's as I mentioned earlier, it's changed. The industry is changing, the players is changing. It's wonderful to see colleagues, regardless of where they evolve, people coming and going, and the industry is changing, consolidating. But the wonderful thing is to keep coming back to these shows, seeing the friends that we've acquired over the years. It's just wonderful.
Thank you so much, Jim.
Thank you, Ivy.
All right.
Thank you. Have a great day.
You too. That was just Jim with Eutelsat. If you want to learn more, of course, please head to the West Hall and you'll learn more about them, or head to dejero.com/NAB-2026 to learn more. Okay, we're going to keep going, and we've been talking about field to air, but we also made a recent announcement for Dejero Smart Blending Technology becoming NDI certified. So we're going to chat with a key person in regards to this. Come on down, John. How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. John, if you could please introduce yourself to YouTube.
Yeah, John Orlando. I'm the sales manager for NDI in North America.
So we were very excited to make an announcement just before NAB 2026 about being NDI certified. What exactly does that mean?
It means that we're able to use NDI devices interoperable over Dejero networks.
Of course, broadcasters and media production professionals, they want everything.
Yep.
And so let's talk about that landscape where you're trying to serve so many different platforms, but really give them the best that is available.
Yeah, every time I come to this show, there's never going to be a one-size-fits-all. But I was handing out plaques of NDI partners the other day, and we had over 65 partners at this show. It just shows that the ecosystem wants things that are easy to use and interoperable. And I think this is one of the most unique case studies that we're going to have out of the show, really.
Wow. Explain a bit more about NDI and its components to our audience who are interested. I mean, we're really in, I think, the growth era of content creation and content creators. Why should they care?
Yeah, so NDI allows you to transport video, but it also allows you to transport everything else. It allows you to transport audio. It allows you to transport metadata. We say eventually you'll be able to turn on a microwave using NDI. It's everywhere. But the key thing is that it's easy to use. You want things to be easy button and plug and play, and we really are able to achieve that. So.
What are you most excited about, when you come to a show like NAB and you get a chance to speak to customers and potential customers about the industry?
Yeah, so in my role, I work with all the other manufacturers. And so I get to hear what all of their end users are doing, what's new, but I also get to hear, the pain points.
Yeah.
And so for me, it's coming back from a show with a laundry list of problems we have to solve, right?
Of course. Now, for those who want to learn more about NDI and come and visit you, where should they go?
Our website's awesome, but we are also in the North Hall. We've got a dozen partners doing live demos and showing off the NDI ecosystem.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Good to
It's
see
great
you.
to have you.
See ya.
All right, that was John Orlando with NDI. If you want to learn more, of course, head over to their website. Really, really interesting work that's happening there. Okay, so now we're going to bring another friend. Listen, we've been having an incredible week here at NAB, talking to some really interesting people who have some powerhouse technology. And I'm going to bring in my next friend here, Daniel with Matrox Video. Hi.
How you doing today, Evie?
Good. So we're best friends now. And I want to talk to you about Matrox. This is a company that's also celebrating a milestone this year.
50 years. 50
Wow.
years. Long in high tech, man. 50 years is a long, long time. So it's a great company. It's testament to the people and the culture there to be around for 50 years.
Yeah, absolutely, especially in broadcast. And of course, everybody continues to innovate and really adjust to a changing landscape. Let's talk a little bit about, before we get into that deep stuff, about the contribution that's happening here for Field to Air as part of the partner ecosystem.
Sure. So Matrox been doing video over IP for many years. We started creating a contribution and remote production encoders about 6 years ago with SRT encoding as a ideal format for over-the-air lossy networks. So, you know, hardwired for many years, that's how video over IP happened, and but certainly when you're out in the field, like we are here, finding partners like Dejero to be able to take our remote production encoders, and in the event that there's no hardwire in the field, still being able to offer multi-channel encoding technology and delivering it back to headquarters. That's what we're doing here. That's what the demo's essentially all about, and we're happy to be partnering with Dejero to do it.
Dean, earlier in the interview was talking about that, you know, customers just want to know that things are going to work. So when you talk to your customers, obviously we're bringing this demo workflow, they don't care and they don't want excuses. So when you come to the market and you bring this new technology, what do you like to get across to them?
Well, we mentioned that to you yesterday as well. Test it. Make sure you don't just show up and assume it's exactly going to work. But when you have robust technology and you show up a few hours earlier, ensuring the conditions are correct to be able to deliver the production you want to do, plan your production out. But when you know that the capacity of the Dejero equipment, know what all the encoders are capable of. Going out there with confidence, knowing that you're able to do it in the last setup time, making sure you test it ahead of time, and make any adjustments you have to, because SRT is quite a flexible protocol. You can add latency if required, although if you're in an amazing situation where conditions are ripe, you can really reduce the latency to create excellent contribution, high quality, with no compromise. But when the requirements mandate it, you got to get the shot. Well, make the adjustment. So always test when you can. That's what we
Absolutely. Tell us about some of the new form factors that you've brought to the market here for NAB.
So this setup we've got here is a quad channel encoder. So 4 channels of 3G SDI, or it could be a single 4K unit, very small. 2 can fit in a rack. So if you're doing an 8 or even a 16 channel production, you can go ahead and bring that in a very small flight case, be able to send those synchronized over the network, bring it back to the studio, and output those 16 channels in a synchronized fashion. Very important. Even being able to offer talkback channels, so you can talk to the people back in the field. The producer can talk to the camera operators, can talk to the production staff. That's some of the technology we're bringing with our Monarch Edge encoder here today.
That's very cool, and it's getting smaller and smaller too.
Well, we've got all sorts of different form factors products, ranging from 2110 VRP to H265 encoders. We've got a whole different range, and we can continue to put those out. This one's about a bit of bread and butter for a number of years. We're using that here to showcase this great workflows. They're found in a number of our partner booths today as the encoders or decoders to promote this, and look for this space for some of the new models that are going to be coming out.
Thank you so much. So where can folks go if they're at NAB here in Las Vegas for the show to learn more about Matrox?
Well, we're over in the North Hall. We're easy to find, Matrox, and of course matrox.com. Get a little skinny on anything that we're demonstrating here today.
Amazing. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Evie. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. That was a Matrox video talking about their contribution to field to air. Thank you so much to everybody who's joining us on YouTube. These live streams over the last few days have been really interesting because we've been talking about what happens in the background. By the time you see this live stream, hopefully it's working and it looks great and it sounds great, but there's a lot of work involved to ensure that all of the technologies that are part of a workflow are seamless, that they work and flow together really well. Guys, come on down, keep walking, sit down, please get comfortable. So for us, it's really about demonstrating and showing you, hey, you can bring different technologies to the table. It should always work seamlessly. The Dejero Smart Blending technology is powering these live streams along with Eutelsat LEO satellite to ensure that it brings you the best connectivity no matter where we are. So consider this, we're at NAB 2026. This is a show that brings tens of thousands of people together. There are going to be congested networks. There are going to be issues with internet connectivity. So for us to be able to do this, we bring you cellular, we bring you satellite, we create a blend and ensure that you've got this resilient and robust pipeline so you can have different types of technologies working together to bring a finished product. So we're almost nearing the end of our live stream, and what I want to do is just talk to you a little bit more, if I could, about the partnership. I'm going to see if Ian can follow me a little bit here. We've been talking about field to air. What exactly does that mean? Well, I'm going to walk a little bit here. So field to air came as a result of those who are in the broadcast and media production technology side, bringing you a technology and a solution that you can see in real time. It's great to talk about it, and partners often talk about, we're cooperating, but we're showing you if things go wrong, you're gonna see it, you're gonna know. Field to Air brings ROS video, Matrox video, ClearComm, GlobalM, Cuez, as well as Dejero and Eutelsat. And this demo vehicle right here is really what many broadcast and media production professionals use any given days. I mean, of course, satellite trucks, we often see them on the scenes, but more and more you see teams that have to be nimble, that have to move quickly from place to place. And this allows you to create your own control room, your own control center, when you can go live from anywhere. And you can also have your teams on site working remotely when you've got critical connectivity. So I just want to give a shout out to all of our partners for helping to put this incredible workflow together. We'll have a use case that we'll share later on. But for now, I'm going to say thank you to everybody on YouTube for watching us. We love you. We do this for you. And we're going to continue doing some really cool stuff throughout the show. We've got one more live, so this is one last chance to see all of this come together. We'll have guests. We'll have really great conversations. So join us at 2 p.m. Same place, same incredible technology, and we'll continue pushing the conversation forward. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you once again this afternoon. Field to Air, NAB 2026. Talk soon.